Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a large self-care, skincare, and makeup haul, and I'm really excited to share these items with you guys. I also have some stuff coming from Sephora, and I also have some clothing items I'm going to be sharing with you as well once those things come in the mail. I feel like because of the sale that just went on at Sephora, everything's really behind right now. The mail is taking a long time to get here, but I'll definitely be sharing some more fun stuff with you guys in the future. But if this sounds like your jam and if you're interested in seeing what I got, then stay tuned. And if you're new here, welcome. My name's Alithia, and on this channel, I do share a lot of home organization, minimalism, decluttering, self-care, skincare, perfume, home decor, that kind of thing. If that's something that you are interested in, I would love if you would consider subscribing. You can also feel free to head over and follow me on Instagram. Instagram is where I usually share little tidbits of things before they make their way onto YouTube, or scents of the day, outfits of the day. Without too much further ado, you guys, let's get started in today's little haul video. Not my best latte art. It's actually that time I got some good foam, like some pretty good foam on the top, but delicious. But yeah, I need to learn how to do latte art. Yeah, this Nespresso machine, you guys, really good. By the way, I'm really enjoying it. It's not the same quality as what you would get, obviously, like in a coffee shop. It was pretty affordable. It was like $200 or something like that. So definitely on the more affordable end of espresso machines and like steamers. But I really like it. For my purposes, it makes an absolutely delicious, delicious latte. Okay, before I get into my haul, guys, I just wanted to mention Killian Princess really quickly as like a perfume of the month kind of thing, I guess. So this perfume obviously isn't new. I've had it for a really long time. I just haven't been reaching for it over the last few months because, in my opinion, it's very much a fall-winter type of fragrance. This perfume, you guys, I wore it the other day and I got 2 compliments literally within an hour of leaving my house. It was such a nice compliment. If you haven't worn this perfume before or smelled it before, it's called Princess by Killian, obviously. So this is a marshmallow and green tea kind of fragrance. It's very fluffy. It's very cozy. It's very feminine, and it's very different and pretty and kind of unique. I just absolutely love it. It's such a beautiful fragrance. It lasts in my clothing forever, especially if I wear like a cashmere or a knit blend or a sweater or something. In my opinion, it's like the perfect sweater weather scent. I went to the bank and 2 people at the bank complimented me on my fragrance. And the one girl was like probably a good 6 to 10 feet away. And she said to me, she goes, "You smell so good." She goes, "What is that? Is that lotion? Is it perfume? What is it?" And I was like, "Well, thank you," because it's such a great compliment, and it's not a very common compliment because I feel like a lot of people might smell you, but not everybody's going to come up to you and tell you that you smell good or ask you what you're wearing. Yeah, just a great fragrance. I just really, really thoroughly enjoyed wearing this over the last weekend, and I think this is going to be a really common reach for me, really easy reach for me over the winter months. It's just like, it's cozy enough and sweet enough and feminine enough, and it has that marshmallow undertone, so it's just perfect for fall winter. Okay, so we'll just get kind of the more boring stuff out of the way, which is a couple of supplements that I re-upped on. And this is my Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides supplement. So I have gone through so many tubs of this, you guys. I just shared an empty container of this in my last empties video. And so I've already opened this one because I already started using it, but I got it about like 4 days ago. And this is my favorite collagen powder. So what I love about this powder is it literally mixes into anything that you put it in. You can put it in coffee, you can put it in water, you can put it in a protein shake, you could put it in soup, like literally anything you would put this in, it blends right in and doesn't have a taste. So I like to put this in my morning coffee. I have to admit, sometimes I'm not super consistent. There's the odd morning that I'll make coffee and I'll completely forget to put this in. But studies have shown that taking 10 grams of collagen orally per day has increased the collagen density in people's skin. I don't know, like I already have a lot of protein in a day anyways, so there's been some speculation about, is it because they were having 10 grams of extra protein a day, or is it because they were having 10 grams of collagen a day? Because at the end of the day, it is just amino acids. It has to go through your digestive system. Your body breaks it down, just like all other amino acids. It's a gamble I'm willing to take, and if nothing else, I'm getting 10 more grams of protein in a day, so I'm okay with that. I really, really love this collagen. This is the one that I have been repurchasing over and over, and yeah, it's just like a go-to. I was at Walmart the other day and they had the collagen pills the ones in the pink package, and they were actually on sale, but you have to take 3 of those pills a day, and I absolutely hate taking pills. I'm not a pill person. I would much rather throw a scoop of powder in my coffee and blend it right in and not be able to taste it, and then I just get all my 10 grams of collagen in one shot versus having to take 3 pills in a day. So yeah, this is really good. I highly recommend it, you guys. You can get it from Amazon. It's not too expensive. I also repurchased my Coenzyme Q10. These are the 200 milligram, and this is from Weber Naturals. I pretty much just get whatever's on sale. I'm not picky about brand. I just try to get like a well-known brand and make sure it's not expired. But Coenzyme Q10 is an antioxidant that after the age of, I think it's either 25 or 30, your body starts to produce less coenzyme Q10, or its ability to create coenzyme Q10 in the body goes down. So it's really important for cardiovascular health, but it's also really good for your skin. So this is kind of one of my quote unquote like well-aging or anti-aging products that I like to take. So yeah, this is, I think, my 2nd or 3rd bottle of the Coenzyme Q10, and I really like it. It's something that, like, obviously I don't notice a difference in my skin because that's going to be like over the course of years. Hopefully I'll see a difference, but if nothing else, I'm getting that cardiovascular support as well. And I think it's just always a good idea to take antioxidants in all their forms when you can, from fruits, vegetables, supplements if need be. And yeah, all the things that are going to support my body as I get older. Pretty much whatever is going to help stimulate things that are slowly being lost after the age of 25 or 30. Those are the things that I want to start incorporating into my diet because I am over 30. Luckily, when most people meet me, they still think I look like I'm 25. Thank you. That's very nice. I really appreciate that. But yeah, hopefully these things are going to help me to feel and stay looking as young for as long as possible. And yeah, so that is my Coenzyme Q10 that I have repurchased. All right, one other kind of boring item, but this is a self-care item. And for those of you who wear contacts, if you are like me and have sensitive eyes, I really, really recommend the Bausch Lomb, I think is how you pronounce it, Sensitive Eyes Saline Plus Solution. So this is my favorite saline solution for my contacts. I don't even wear contacts every single day because I just find them, they can be a little bit drying sometimes, they can be a little bit irritating. So some days I go just without wearing contacts at all. I don't even have glasses. I don't wear glasses. I'm not that blind. Like, I can get around without them. I can drive and everything without them. But yeah, when I do wear my contacts, I need something that is super, super gentle. And so this is supposed to be good for rinsing and storing contact lenses. And it is the best contact solution that I have ever used over the years. It's also really, really affordable. This is like the least expensive one that you can get from Walmart, and I'm sure other places like Target and stuff like that. We don't have Target where I live, so yeah, I'm sure they have like even better ones out there, but this is the one that I really like. This is a set of 12 microfiber face towels. So I got these face towels because I know that a lot of people in their skincare routines, rather than just using water to rinse off their cleanser at night, they use a towel, like a damp towel or a wet towel, to just gently remove their oil cleanse or their Pond's cold cream or whatever it is. And it also gives like a gentle exfoliation effect to the face, but without being too harsh or rubbing or tugging. And I really wanted some face cloths to use. So I found these ones on Amazon, you guys, and I really, really recommend them. They are incredibly soft, and they came in a pack of 12. So I chose the white and the gray ones because, as you guys can probably tell from all my videos, I prefer white and gray for my home decor. So they go with everything in my bathroom. Not that that's the most important thing, but they do have lots of other colors if you prefer other colors. And these are pretty affordable. I want to say these were like maybe $25 for a set of 12. And I wanted 12 of them because that way, if I get behind on laundry for some reason, I still have fresh towels to use for my face. I do try to do the laundry once a week, but it doesn't always happen. And so I didn't want to run out if I only had 7 of them. So I haven't tried these yet, but I'm really excited to try them because I know a lot of people really swear by using like a soft microfiber face towel just for that extra kind of gentle, everyday, almost exfoliation, or not exfoliation, but like just getting some of those dead skin cells off your face, but without being rough or like tugging on the skin. Okay guys, so now we get into the fun stuff. So I have a whole bunch of skincare stuff, and I also have some makeup products. And yeah, I'm super, super excited. I've been getting a lot more into trying new makeup out because, as you guys know, I've been such a minimalist when it comes to makeup for many, many years. A few years ago when I started making videos, I think I only had, I don't even think I had blush. I think I had like maybe a foundation and mascara and lip balm. And I don't even know if I had eyeshadow. Like, I didn't do my eyebrows. I didn't have eyebrow products. I was just such a minimalist. I hardly used anything, mostly because I think I just hadn't found the right products. And the stuff that I had at my disposal from the drugstore, like, I don't live in a city that has a Sephora. I have to go out of the city to get stuff from Sephora, or else I have to order online. And I guess I just didn't put that much effort into finding good products. So yeah, I'm like super late to the game, but I've definitely been enjoying finding new products. Anyway, so going forward, we have skincare and makeup. So this here, you guys, is the e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration Face Cream. I have been wanting to try this for quite a while. I've seen a lot of people using it, and I thought there's no way that an e.l.f. Face cream can be that good. Like, it's super affordable. It's like pretty cheap. And I just thought, how good can it really be? But I saw so many people using it that I really wanted to give it a go. So this says that it's for dry, oily, or combination skin, and it has 5 what they call hero ingredients. So it has hyaluronic acid, peptides, niacinamide, squalane, and vitamin B5. So vitamin B5 is super soothing and reparative for your skin. Squalane is very hydrating and really helps to keep that hydration and that moisture in your skin. Peptides, of course, help to stimulate collagen production, and hyaluronic acid is a humectant that helps hold water to the skin. And then you've got your niacinamide, which is really good for acne, redness, hyperpigmentation. So this is the container that it comes in. I tried this last night for the first time, you guys. So I just used it last night and this morning. And wow, you guys, it is so nice. Like, if I didn't know how much this cost, I would have guessed it was a really high-end product. It reminds me a lot of the Skin Fix Triple Lipid Repair cream, which I also have and I really, really love, but this one doesn't leave so much of the Skin Fix almost leaves like a barrier on top of my skin, not a residue, but anyway, this doesn't do that. This just rubs in super, super nice. It's very rich and creamy. Super, super rich and creamy, you guys. I thought it was going to be really lightweight and really watery and really see-through, and I actually thought it might be almost like a gel moisturizer just based on what the packaging looks like. You guys, this could pass easily as like a $50 or $60 face cream. It is fantastic. Super, super hydrating, super moisturizing. I put it on last night before I put my tretinoin on as like a really good skin barrier so that I wasn't going to inflame my skin or anything like that. And it is fantastic. So I absolutely love this. This was only $16.99 Canadian. Such an amazing deal for this cream. I'm so glad that I got it. I almost didn't. And I actually purchased it from my local Shoppers Drug Mart the other day. And yeah, I'm just super, super thrilled to have this cream. It's amazing. So this one I think will probably cancel out or like beat out my Skin Fix Triple Lipid Moisturizer, because like I said, I also have that one, but when that one runs out, I think I might just purchase this one because the price is so good and it feels so great on my skin. My skin was still like hydrated and plump and moisturized when I woke up in the morning. It didn't feel at all dry. It wasn't irritated even with putting my tretinoin on. It was really, really nice. So I definitely 100% recommend this, especially if you're on a budget or just in general if you're looking for a great face cream. All right, the next item that I purchased is the Cerave Healing Ointment. So you guys have probably heard about this. It's very, very popular in the skincare world. And up until this point, I've just been using good old Vaseline as a protectant around my eyes and my lips, and sometimes to kind of slug a little bit. I don't slug all over my whole face, but just on areas that are a little bit more dry and prone to dryness and redness and irritation. Sometimes I will go and put a thin layer of Vaseline just on those areas just to kind of lock in moisture. But I really wanted to try the Cerave Healing Ointment because this is a petrolatum-based product, but it also has ceramides in it. It also has mineral oil, paraffin, dimethicone, 2 different types of ceramide. And this is supposed to also have a non-greasy feel. So I wanted to try this and I absolutely love it, you guys. I've only been using this for a couple of days. I'm using this right now to kind of put on my lips as basically a lip balm, like a overnight lip mask. I've also been putting it around my eyes and I have been really, really enjoying it the last couple of days. I do appreciate that it is less greasy feeling than Vaseline. So this does rub in and absorb in a little bit better, and it doesn't leave any kind of a greasy feeling outside, like on the top of my skin. I still do think that good old Vaseline is amazing. And I think it's perfectly fine and definitely the cheaper way to go. But for how long this is going to last, you guys, I think this is well worth the money because you really don't need very much of this at all. A little bit goes a really long way. And the reason I went with the Cerave versus the Aquaphor is because Aquaphor also has lanolin in it. And lanolin has become a really common allergen. I was watching one of the dermatologists that I keep up with, and he said that lanolin was like the allergen of the year last year. And I don't know if I'm allergic to lanolin. I don't think I am, but I just wanted to avoid it altogether just as a potential source of irritation. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of CeraVe. I've used a lot of their products, and I can't say enough good things about this one. So I definitely do recommend the CeraVe Healing Ointment, especially if you have dry, sensitive skin like I do, or if you're using tretinoin. All right, the next product that I purchased is the I'm From Rice Toner. This is a repurchase for me. I had shared a bottle of this in my last empties video, and I had told you guys initially, like months ago, that I wasn't sure if it was actually doing anything for my skin. I didn't know if it was really worth it. I kind of just thought it was like an extra step in my routine, and I thought if it's not really doing much and it's such a light, watery consistency, is it even doing anything? Should I even be using it? Is it like necessary, or is it just one more thing I'm putting on my skin that could contribute to irritation? So I kind of just used it up really quickly and then didn't think I was going to repurchase it. But like I told you guys in my empties video, when I was thinking back to when my skin was the most happy, when my skin was really thriving and I was seeing really good results from my retinols and from using my tretinoin, which I had just started. But when I was looking back to some of those pictures, and I thought my skin was very plump, it was very supple, it was doing really well. And I thought, what was I using? And this is one of those products I was using. And I thought, you know what, it's gentle enough. And if anything, I think it can possibly help. So I thought, I'm just going to bring it back. It is a product that I thoroughly do enjoy using. So the I'm From Rice Toner is mostly rice bran extract. I think it's like, I want to say it's like 74% or something rice bran extract, which is very nourishing, healing, and soothing and kind of hydrating for your skin. It's supposed to really help restore and repair your skin barrier, and it's supposed to be amazing for your skin. So for somebody who uses retinol or retinoids like tretinoin, this is probably a good one. Also, there's niacinamide in here as well, which helps with so many different things with the skin, including redness. I really did enjoy using it. It's a really milky texture and consistency. You do have to shake it, and it's quite a watery essence. And I just put this on my skin first thing after cleansing, morning and night. So I use it twice a day. I've had it back for about a week, and you can see how much I've used of it. So I have been really enjoying using this, and it doesn't really have a scent. It's just like a light, milky kind of an essence. And I don't know, I enjoy it, you know. I don't notice that it does anything like bad for my skin, and it doesn't really contribute to like my other products not going on well or anything like that. It kind of just absorbs into the skin really, really easily as soon as you put it on your face. And I've just been really enjoying using it. So yeah, I think that this is a nice one. If nothing else, it's one of those like healing, soothing, protective kind of things I can just throw on my face twice a day just to help maintain my skin's barrier. All right, the next item is from Sunday Riley. And Sunday Riley is a brand that I honestly think one day I might just own every Sunday Riley product because I love them so much. You guys know that the Sunday Riley Ice Moisturizer is one of my favorite moisturizers of all time. And this is Luna. This is their Sleeping Night Oil. This has retinol and also blue tansy, it says on it. So this is a type of retinoic acid ester, I think it says. So it's not as strong as something like tretinoin or adapalene. This is very, very gentle. And the reason I got this is because, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I did recently start using tretinoin. I think I started using it back in April of this year, and I have been having a lot of trouble getting acclimated to it. Like, I thought I was getting pretty well acclimated, but just when I would think my skin was getting adjusted, I would have like a huge reaction, a huge flare up. My skin would get really, really red and irritated. I was having a really hard time with it, and I had to really scale back all of my ingredients. I had to completely stop using the tretinoin for like a month. So I haven't applied tretinoin for just about the last 3 to 4 weeks. I did reapply it again last night for the first time. But the reason I got the Luna is because I have used retinoids in the past. I've used retinols and I've used adapalene, which is retinaldehyde, which is kind of that middle ground between retinol and retinoic acid. It's kind of that middle ground. And I tolerate adapalene really, really well. And I also tolerate retinol really, really well. And I thought, okay, if I have to scale back my tretinoin, I don't want to not be using a retinoid, because I've been using a retinoid for the last 3 years. And I think that has been one of the biggest helping factors in my skin. That's been one of the things that has made the biggest difference in terms of my skin getting better, my skin getting brighter, my complexion getting better, sunspots going away, redness going away, my skin becoming more firm and more plump, and my complexion being more even and less dull. All these things, like all the beautiful changes I've seen in my skin since 2019, 2018, when I started using like good skincare products and actually started looking after my skin. A lot of that was due to retinoids, I think. So I didn't want to completely like not use tretinoin and also not use any retinoid. And I had watched a girl on YouTube, and I will try to link her videos down below if I can find it. I think her name is Lauren O'Connell maybe, but she also is in her 40s and she has amazing skin, just absolutely beautiful skin. And this is one of the products that she uses. She doesn't use tretinoin. She doesn't use any other retinoids. This is the retinol that she swears by, or retinoic acid, trans-retinoic acid ester complex is what it is. So I really like this. I thought I would get this on her advice, and I've been using this alone for the last like 3-ish weeks. And you guys can see how much is gone. Pretty sure you guys can see that. So I've used like 30% of this bottle. So it is a blue bottle, and actually the formula is also blue. And it's kind of a really interesting looking product, and I was kind of worried that when I put it on my face it would make my face blue. It doesn't though. It goes on blue, but then it rubs in perfectly clear, and it's a really soothing, soft oil. I really, really like it. I have had absolutely no irritation from this whatsoever. If anything, it's almost too gentle. Like I was questioning, like, is this actually doing anything? I'm sure it is. But yeah, it's just a really lovely product to use, and I was tolerating this almost every single night. The only night that I wouldn't use this is if I was using a exfoliator like an AHA or something like that. Then I wouldn't use this, but otherwise almost every single night I was using this, and I was tolerating it really, really well. So if you're looking for a very gentle retinoid product, this is a good one I think to start out with. It is a little bit pricey, but a little bit goes a long way. I think that this would last, if I only use this, I think it would last me probably about 2.5 to 3 months. So you're looking at probably like $25 a month. And this is like the 3rd or 4th Sunday Riley product that I've tried, and I just love it as well. Every single Sunday Riley product that I try, you guys, I fall in love with. I think that brand is just, I'm going to end up having a whole shelf full of Sunday Riley because I just love everything I try from her. It also has chamomile extract in it, which is very soothing and calming. This does have a little bit of a scent to it. It smells kind of like chamomile tea. It's very calming. It's very relaxing. It's actually quite a nice product to put on your face right before bed. I find that it helps me kind of get into nighttime mode and feel like I'm getting ready for sleep, and it's that time of day. So yeah, so if you don't like fragrance, this does have a bit of a scent, and it doesn't really go away either. Like, it doesn't dry down. You can smell it pretty much till you fall asleep, but I really like it. And real quick, I may as well mention my different adapalene gel. So I did order a little, tube of this from IHerb. IHerb is one of my favorite places to find skincare, not sponsored by the way. But I ordered a tube of Different because when I was giving my skin a break from tretinoin, and after I had to like back off from the tretinoin, after having a second pretty crazy reaction, like not crazy, not as bad as the first time I had a reaction to it, but my skin got really, really like, my whole face was like red, and I had to step back a little bit. And I was starting to worry that I wouldn't be able to use tretinoin. I was starting to think like, maybe I'm one of those people who will never tolerate tretinoin. And I've pulled myself out of that slump, and I was like, no, Alithia, you can do it. You just have to do it the right way. You have to approach it slow, like all this stuff. So I am getting back into the tretinoin game, but I did order a tube of my Different just because I tolerated this so well. Like I was on this for a solid 2.5 years. And like I said, I think this is what made such a huge difference in my skin. Yeah, I just can't say enough good things about it. This was my gateway into like going toward tretinoin. However, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to put this in my linen closet and just keep it tucked away. It doesn't expire for 3 years. So I will have this if I do have to resort back to it, but I am trying my tretinoin again, just slowly. I applied it last night actually. Yeah, so I am trying the tretinoin. I'm going to see if I can ease back into it and start acclimating to it again after having to repair my skin barrier for a second time. And I know that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. With tretinoin, with any retinoids, it is a marathon. It is not something that you want to rush into. It's something that you want to use for years and years and years, and you continue to see the benefits year after year. And I know that that's the case because like I said, I did not notice what a huge difference my skin had made, like the changes in my skin, till I actually took before and after photos and compared them side by side. And it was just astounding the difference that Differin made. So, and I know that tretinoin is even stronger and even better if I can tolerate it. So I do have the Differin here just in case I have to. For some reason, it's kind of like a safety net. It makes me feel better knowing that I have it, but I am trying to acclimate to the tretinoin once again. All right, and my last skincare product before I get into makeup is the CEO Glow Vitamin C and Turmeric Face Oil from Sunday Riley. Again, another Sunday Riley find that I have fallen head over heels in love with. I have very dry, sensitive skin, and I would say my skin is mature as well because I am in my 30s, so I no longer have that like super resilient, super plump, super like perfect, base to work with that people in their 20s have. So by the way, as just a side note, whenever I'm looking at skincare videos, I always like to watch videos of women who are older, who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and above, because I like to see what's working for them. I like to see what works on their like quote unquote mature skin. Because let's face it, if you're in your 20s, you already have a huge amount of work done for you. So I tend to take those reviews with a little bit less, like with a little bit of a grain of salt. Anyway, so this is an amazing product if you have dry, sensitive skin. So the vitamin C that I used to use was SkinCeuticals. I still will use that in the future, but I wanted to take a break from SkinCeuticals because it's really expensive. And I just felt like trying something new. I had heard good things about Sunday Riley. So I tried the Sunday Riley 15% vitamin C skin brightening serum, which comes in the orange pump bottle. And I'm almost done. I literally think I have like maybe 2 days left worth of that product. I have loved it. It has been great. I've tolerated it really well. I do think that it has been helping. Also, it's like hard to tell my skin progress right now because I've had so many flare-ups with my tretinoin. So it's kind of hard to see like if I'm even going in the right direction at this point. But yeah, I loved the Sunday Riley Vitamin C 15% Skin Brightening Serum. Almost done. Would definitely repurchase. I really, really liked it. But I really wanted to try this CEO Glow Oil. And this, you guys, is amazing. Like, I love this so much. I actually used only this alone for probably about a week after I got it, just because I wanted to try it. And it lasts a really long time. So this is a little bit pricey as well, but you do get 35 mils, which is quite a lot. And it really does seem to last a long time. I only use about 2 or 3 drops of this on my whole face. I rub it in. It leaves this beautiful, soft, like hydrated glow to my skin. So I can see why they call it the CEO Glow. It really does leave my face glowing and dewy and happy. And that is the finish that I like because my skin tends to go completely the opposite direction. My skin tends to get really, really dry, especially when I'm using retinoids. I have a lot of flaking, and this is just such a godsend. It's so gentle. So this doesn't have, oh, and I've also used the Timeless Vitamin C as well, which is ascorbic acid, 20%, and the CE Frulic was also ascorbic acid, I think 20%. So this is a different type of vitamin C. This has THD ascorbate, which is a little bit gentler than ascorbic acid for people who are sensitive, but also this doesn't oxidize. So you don't have to worry about leaving it in a dark cupboard. You don't have to worry about it turning orange on your skin or turning orange in the bottle. That was one thing I was noticing with my Timeless Vitamin C. First of all, it was messy because the pump mechanism, I hated it. I think they've upgraded the bottle though, because enough people complained about it. But I don't have a new bottle of that to test. I really didn't like that it was messy. It would kind of leak all over the pump mechanism and it would turn brown. It would stain my countertops. It was just not good. And on my face, sometimes it would start turning brown. So sometimes at the end of the day, depending on, I don't know what it was, if it was like the products I used in conjunction with it, the humidity in the air, if I maybe didn't put on enough sunscreen, I don't know what it was, but a couple days I went home and my skin literally looked jaundiced from the vitamin C, the timeless vitamin C. And I was like, Kate, I am not out here trying to look like a Simpson. Like, I'm trying to brighten my complexion, not darken it. And it would always take a day or two to like get rid of that color on my skin. I'd have to like exfoliate, and yeah, it just wasn't a good vibe. So I really wanted to try the THD ascorbate just because A, it's more stable, and B, it's a little bit gentler. And I do have sensitive skin, and I just absolutely love, love, love. Like, I cannot say enough good things about this oil. I think in the future, I'll probably alternate between this and the other vitamin C from Sunday Riley because I liked it just as much. It's just that the other vitamin C Sunday Riley one wasn't quite as glowy and dewy. It was more of a cream formulation, where this is an oil formulation. But I cannot say enough good things about this. This is worth every penny. It's gentle, it's soothing. It does have a little bit of a scent. It kind of smells like a little bit citrusy and a little bit like turmeric. So it does have a little bit of an herbal kind of a scent to it, but it doesn't bother me. Turmeric is also a great antioxidant that's also very, very good for your skin. Yeah, and it says to massage into face and neck as needed is what it says, but I use vitamin C every single morning. So yeah, I love this. Okay, now we're getting into what I think is the funnest stuff, and this is my new makeup purchases. So by the way, you guys, I have a Sephora haul coming. I actually placed a couple of orders during the most recent sale, and then I've continued to purchase a couple of other items after the sale, but because they're so busy with volume, it's probably gonna take a couple weeks before I have everything. But once I have everything, I'm gonna do at least one haul. I might have to do a part 1 and part 2 because it's a pretty big haul. But these are 2 foundations that I recently got from Sephora. So this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. So this is obviously a super, super popular foundation. So many people absolutely rave about this product, and I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. So I went into Sephora one day and I got them to shade match me, and they shade matched me with the one on the right, which is 1N0 Porcelain. And that one is pretty good. I'm pretty fair skinned. Like, I have pretty fair skin. Usually when it comes to drugstore foundations, for example, I'm always the lightest one. And sometimes even the lightest one in the drugstore is not light enough, or it's too yellow. So I have a really hard time finding the right undertone. And it's been a battle. Or a struggle, I should say, over the last few years trying to figure out what my undertone is. And finally, I did like an online skin test, and it told me I was a cool undertone. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, this explains why I've had such a hard time finding a good foundation for like the last 5 years. Now that I finally know my undertone, that helps a lot more, but I also can lean a little bit neutral. So first of all, what I'll say about this formulation, I absolutely love this foundation. I can see why so many people love it. It's a medium coverage, but it's very buildable, and it has this really nice kind of satin, like soft skin-like finish. It's not drying, it's not like dewy, it's not luminous. It just has this beautiful, super, super natural finish. Really, really nice if you have dry, sensitive skin like I do. It just goes on so beautifully and is just a really, really nice foundation. So I can totally see why everybody loves this foundation. I get the hype. However, I did have a little bit of trouble with the shade match. So like I said, they shade matched me to 1N0 Porcelain, which is pretty good, but just a touch too dark, almost a touch too dark. And so what I did was I actually ordered the next shade up, the next shade lighter, which was 1C0 Shell, which on camera they look, yeah, you can tell that the 1C0 Shell is a little bit lighter, and the 1C0 Shell is pretty good, but almost too light. So these two together, I find if I mix them together, or if I do kind of like a reverse contour thing where I use the lighter one on the high points of my face and the other one on the rest of my face, I can really achieve a beautiful shade for myself using these two shades. I really wish that they had this foundation in like a middle shade. If there was a shade in between 1C0 Shell and 1N0 Porcelain, so this is a cool one and the Porcelain is a neutral undertone, if they had like a mixture of these two, that would be the perfect shade for me, but they don't. Let me know down below, you guys, by the way, if you have issues with finding a shade match as well. And if you have found like a brand that you love, but they seem to be missing your shade. Like one is too dark and one is too light and there's nothing in the middle. You know what I mean? It's very strange. I love this formulation so much that I'm willing to use both of them and just mix them together if I have to. This is probably my favorite high-end foundation that I've tried to date. Okay, next for a drugstore find. So this is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint. This has vitamin C as well. It doesn't have SPF, and this is in the shade 110. So you guys, I get so frustrated with drugstore, and I also get frustrated with Canada's availability. So this is a super popular product. This is supposed to be kind of similar to the e.l.f. Halo Glow. It's supposed to be kind of almost a drugstore dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, which by the way, I have yet to try. I have a bottle coming. I'm super excited to try it and see what all the hype is about. I'm finally splurging and getting it. But so many people love the Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint. However, this is the lightest one available in anywhere that I can find it. I cannot find it in a lighter shade anywhere, but I know that there was a lighter shade. This also comes in a 102, which is the lightest shade. And I've seen pictures of it. I know that it exists and I've seen it written in reviews, but I cannot find 102. This is pretty light. Like, this is pretty light. You would think that this would be light enough for me, but it's not. That is how fair I am. That is how, like, I don't know, everything from the drugstore, I have such a hard time. It always tends to pull either too dark or too orange. And even though this is the lightest one that they have, it does pull a little dark and almost a little too warm. They also have a 112, which is supposed to be the cool version of this. I might try it just to see, but it looks like it's still also going to be too dark. However, I'm not mad at this. I think I'm going to hold on to it because I really like the formula. I can make it work if I use this as like an all-over foundation, and then if I go over the high points of my face and kind of brighten with a really light concealer, which my favorite concealer right now is the Gucci Beauté de Concentré, I think it's called. And that one is very light. It actually is a perfect skin match for me, perfect shade match. And so if I use this with my lighter Gucci concealer, it works. I can make it work. This by itself is too dark, but just barely. Like if I use this, I kind of just look like I have a tan, but I don't like to look like I have a tan. I know that sounds weird, but because everybody is all about like getting tan skin. I work really hard to keep my skin happy, healthy, dewy, hydrated, and like I'm trying to brighten my skin up. I'm trying to brighten my skin tone and my complexion and make it look brighter and more vibrant. So I'm not over here trying to make it look darker, you know? So when I put something on my skin that's a little too dark or a little too warm, it just is not a vibe. I would rather go foundationless with sunscreen than wear a foundation that's too dark. That's just me. But this is really nice. I just find it really funny that like literally I thought this would be too light in the store. Like when I picked it up in the store, I thought that's definitely going to be too light, and it's still too darn dark. And I don't even know if it's like an oxidization thing, because I noticed pretty much as soon as I put it on my skin that it was too dark. What I like about it though is it is pretty hydrating. It did have good staying power, and with my other complexion products, I was able to achieve a beautiful look. Like with concealer, setting powder, blush, bronzer, I was able to achieve a beautiful look with this, so I was really happy with it. I liked it. And I also like that it does have a bit of a kind of a luminescence about it. I don't know if you can see on camera. I will swatch it for you, but it definitely does have a really nice kind of a radiance to it. It has these like light reflecting particles that are really beautiful. And I'm curious to compare this to the e.l.f. Halo Glow and to the Hollywood Flawless filter. Okay, this next product is another e.l.f. product. And you guys, I am becoming a huge fan of e.l.f. products. I love this. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. And this is in the lightest shade. I think it is just in the shade Light, or is it Fair? Yeah, Light. And this, you guys, is such a lovely, finely milled powder that almost has the same kind of luminescence that you get with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. As you guys know, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, the Diffuse Light, is my favorite finishing powder ever. Nothing really compares to that for me. It just leaves this perfect airbrushed finish and a little bit of a subtle luminosity to the skin, like just this beautiful, slightly light reflecting like brightness about it. This does the same thing, and this shade is actually perfect for me. So it is the lightest shade. I would say it's like light neutral, doesn't lean warm, doesn't lean cool. This gave me such a perfect complexion. Like this was such a good finishing powder, you guys. So even using this over top of the Maybelline skin tint, it just like, I don't know, just kind of brought everything together, and it just looked really, really beautiful. Lasted all day. It just goes beautifully onto the skin, and it leaves this subtle kind of glowy quality about it, I guess, which it should because it's called the Halo Glow. I'm really excited to try using this with the Hollywood Flawless filter. So this is what it looks like. And you just turn the little dial there so that you can access the powder. And a little bit goes a really long way as well. The only reason I don't usually use these kind of loose powders, I'm usually more of a compact powder kind of girl. Number one, because I think they're a little bit messy. Number two, because I also feel like they're going to be kind of wasteful. Like I feel like maybe you would go through the powder and the product really quickly because there's always going to be a little bit that you dust off, and like there's more follow. I just feel like there's more waste with these powders. So I usually go for the compact. To me, that just seems to be the best way. But I have become a believer ever since trying this, you guys. Like this makes me want to try more loose powders. I will admit I haven't tried a ton of loose powders. If you have a favorite loose powder, like a finishing powder or a setting powder, high-end or drugstore, whichever, please let me know down below which one is your favorite, because now I want to try more because I love this so, so much. You also get a pretty decent amount of product, and it's really affordable. This is only, I think, I want to say this is like $16, maybe to $20 at the drugstore. So yeah, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. I told my mom we have to have coffee again soon because I have to tell her about this because she loves powders, and she's always looking for something that's more affordable, that isn't going to break the bank. She doesn't want to go to Sephora and spend like $50 or $60 on a setting powder, which I don't blame her. All right, the next two items are just actually a couple of complexion products, and these are just two new brushes that I got. So that is one thing that I think I need to step my game up with in my makeup wardrobe or my makeup collection is my tools, because sometimes I think blushes are too strong or too pigmented, or they're not going to work for me, but maybe it's just the type of product or the type of brush that I'm using to apply it, right? So I wanted to try a new blush brush. So the one on the right is the Quo Blush Brush. I'll show you it by itself. This is the Quo Beauty blush brush. Actually just got it yesterday. Absolutely love this, you guys. The bristles are super soft, and I just love how it's kind of angled or tapered, and you can really just like pat the blush on specifically where you want it. It's super, super soft, and it just seems to apply the perfect amount of blush without being too much. The blush brush I was using previously was a lot larger and a lot fluffier, which initially I thought that's really good because it'll like diffuse the blush out and like, you know, make it a little bit more like blended in maybe. And I thought that would be really good. But I think in hindsight, it was picking up too much product. So I don't really know if I want to use that blush brush anymore. It's a really nice brush, but I think it's too big and too fluffy, and I needed something a little bit more precise. And I wanted something that I could really just like pat the product in, you know? And this just does a really nice job. It seems to pick up the perfect amount of blush, and I just love it. So I really, really recommend this brush. This is from Shoppers Drug Mart. This is the Quo Beauty Shoppers Drug Mart if you're in Canada. But otherwise, just this like shape of brush. And I'm not a beauty expert. I'm not a makeup guru or anything. But yeah, for me and my experience, this is like the best blush brush that I've used. The other product that I got, the other brush, is this one, which you can tell I've already used because it used to be white and now it's that color. This is a foundation diffuser brush, also from Quo Beauty. I really like the Quo Beauty brushes. They're really good quality. So if you live in Canada, you can get them from Shoppers Drug Mart. And this is, like I said, it's a foundation diffuser brush. So I wanted something that would be like a little bit more of an airbrushed kind of finish, something I could really blend and diffuse out. Typically, I use a makeup sponge to apply pretty much everything. My foundation, my skin tints, my concealer. The only thing I don't like about the sponge, I love the finish it gives, and I love how easy it is, and I just enjoy using a sponge. But what I notice with a sponge is obviously it picks up too much product, and I also don't like the idea that they're not that clean. Like I feel like the makeup sponges always harbor bacteria and they're hard to keep clean, and I don't like having to like squeeze them out and everything. I just find it kind of messy. As a result, I don't clean them often enough. And so yeah, I really wanted to start using a foundation brush, and this has been really, really nice. It doesn't pick up too much product and it doesn't like pack on the product. It really just softly diffuses it out because it's got these beautiful soft bristles that are like really nicely spaced apart. And it just is like the perfect like diffusing kind of thing. So really, really like that. So that is my two complexion tools that I've added to my kit. All right, the next product is a very popular mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is a waterproof mascara, and usually I don't use waterproof mascara because I want to be really gentle on my face and I don't want to have to try too hard to wash my eyelash area. I used to have false eyelashes, like the extensions, and I think that they actually damaged one of my eyes because one of my eyelashes now, the lashes are way more sparse than they ever used to be. So anyway, I try to be super gentle around my eyelashes. So I didn't really want to try this, even though I had heard such good things about it. But you guys, this mascara is actually everything it's hyped up to be. It is so good and it's so affordable. It's literally like a $5 mascara. It's like $4.99 or something. And I can see why everybody loves this. I tried it once for the first time yesterday and immediately I was like, okay, I see why everyone loves it. So first of all, the shape of the brush. Oh, by the way, even though this is waterproof, it's really easy to wash off. I would even argue that it's not 100% waterproof because I did start to notice a little bit of black under my eye just with like my moisturizer and my concealer. I could tell that it was like, there was a little bit of like rubbing off. So I don't even think it is 100% waterproof. But anyways, so first of all, the brush. So this is the type of brush, and I don't know what it is, but this formula and this brush just grabs, I don't want it to dry out, but it literally grabs every lash, and it has like this perfect like separating effect, and it makes them fluffy. It makes them like fluffy and soft, and it just makes it look like I have way more lashes than I do, even on my eye that's kind of sparse. So this was an instant love at first try. If you haven't tried the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Mascara, I 10 out of 10 recommend it. It is probably my favorite mascara that I've tried in the last couple of months, and I've tried a couple new ones. So the next item is a highlighter, and this is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight, shade 10. I don't actually know if this comes in another shade. I don't know if it comes in other shades. I would like to try more though, because I've been so impressed by the Essence products, you guys. So yeah, this is beautiful, you guys. It's actually a little bit kind of golden. I would have preferred it to be more nude or more like lighter toned, but for what it is and how much it costs, and the formula, which is super beautiful and very buttery soft, very smooth, leaves this beautiful, perfect iridescence on the cheeks. For that, I'm willing to compromise not having a huge shade range, but let me know if there are other shades of this. I feel like this is the only one I saw, but I don't know if there are more, but I definitely want to go back and try others. But this is just such a beautiful product. And the Essence products are some of the most affordable that you can get at the drugstore, and I think they're 100% worth it. Yeah, for me, it's just as good as some of my other more high-end highlights, like my Charlotte Tilbury, my Rare Beauty. I think I've tried Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighters, and for me, this is like just as good as any of the other ones, and so cheap. So this one does impart a little bit of sort of almost a bronzy sun-kissed glow. Usually I do like I said, something a little bit lighter in color, but this one is still really, really beautiful. It's just like a beautiful neutral kind of a sun-kissed glow. Really, really pretty. Not too orange. Yeah, very, very neutral, I think. All right, and the last product, you guys, is also from Essence, and this is the Essence The Blush, and this is in the shade 10 Befitting. So this is just a beautiful, absolutely beautiful neutral pink blush. It is so pretty, and at first when I saw it, I thought it might be a little bit on the, oh, did I break it? No, I didn't. I thought it might be a little bit on the purple side, maybe a little bit too cool toned for me, but this is actually so gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of a couple of other high-end blushes that I've used, like an Armani blush and also the Makeup by Mario blushes. So there is actually quite a decent amount of shades that you can get for this blush. I chose this one, the 10 Befitting, because I thought it would be the most natural. And it's so, so beautiful, you guys. It's a really nice, like, again, very finely milled, feels very soft, feels very luxurious, goes on the skin really nicely, leaves this absolutely perfect, like, just subtle flush of pink. It's not too much. It's extremely natural. It doesn't have any kind of a glow or a radiance to it. I would say it's more of a satin finish, almost even a little bit matte. So, so pretty, though, especially with the Essence highlighter on top, and also with the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. This was beautiful. I really just can't say enough good things about this blush. Super, super affordable. Again, it was like a $5 blush. You don't get a ton of product. Maybe that's part of the deal, is you don't get a ton of product. It's like super small. But I don't mind the packaging. And yeah, this is probably one of the nicest blushes I've tried in a while. And I've tried a lot of high-end blushes. It's actually, like, the formula is very buildable as well. It's just a beautiful, nice flush, and you can really build it up. Yeah, so I really, really love this, you guys. So that is the Essence, the blush in the shade 10 Befitting. So that was it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed seeing these items and hearing my thoughts on these items. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you all very soon in my next one. Bye for now.